Yo, what's going on, faithfuls? It's your boys Mike and Wayne, and we are back. Guys, it is another fantastic day. We are here, man. Round of applause if you've made it thus far, man. We are happy to be here, man. Let's freaking go, man. Wayne, my brother, what's going on with you, man? How you doing?
It's 4:03 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. Pacific time. Trade deadline is officially over.
It's done. It's donezo.
It's
and
done.
The 49ers actually made a move. Oh, it's spooky.
Did they?
They made a move right at the deadline. And you know what their move was?
They traded. No, they did not. That ain't real. That can't be. Did that happen? I'm asking.
No, I don't think they did anything, man. I'm about to double check now. Now you got me.
Oh, no, it is.
Oh, it is real. It is real. Khail Davis.
We're getting Khail Davis.
Hold up.
Not Khail Davis. The Texans are trading Khail Davis to the 49ers for a 2026 7th round pick. Shout out to SD, man. Got to give him a shout out because he put that in there. Where's my ear horns? Shout out to SD. All right, let me get his stuff.
I can hear yours and I can't hear mine. I don't like that.
Because you got to have your soundboard set to your headphones and everything routed to that.
But, okay, see, you always be putting me on to stuff. So, y'all, listen, man, this is what's going on, man. The Niners have made some moves. Yes, Khalil's brother, Khalil. So, I apologize for getting the names wrong there.
Is this his brother for real?
Yeah. No.
Are you sure? Oh, they don't look nothing alike, but okay.
Oh, man.
He's been in the league for a while, so he came in the league. I knew it was going to be. Mike, what did I say in the group chat, bro?
What did you say?
There's like, we're not going to be traded for no power state. We are. It's going to be for somebody we ain't named.
Yeah.
Like we're not thinking of.
So there's conflicting reports right now.
Okay, so hit me with the conflicting reports.
Some people are saying Khail Davis.
It's not Khail Davis. It's Khalil Davis. I said Khalil Davis. KHA.
Because Khail is the older brother.
If you saying they brothers, that's fine. But they not brothers.
They not brothers?
Nah.
They not even like in spirit?
Nah.
Because Khail played for the Niners also. I don't know if you remember that.
Who?
Khail Davis.
Khail Davis still plays for the 49ers.
No. Khail Davis. No, he don't. Do we?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. You right, he does.
Mike, you be losing me, bro. Like, I be trying to be with you.
Wait,
like,
I got to know if they related now because they names too similar.
They definitely don't look related.
What's that mean? You
Well,
call
they
me
just
brother.
don't look alike. Most
You call
brothers
me
got
brother.
some type of resemblance. I mean, it could be, but he would be the older brother because Khail Davis just got into the league a couple years ago.
Right. Yeah. So Khail Davis was born in 98, and Khalil was born in 96.
I told you he was going to get a defensive tackle. I preferred them trading back for Buckner, but it is what it is.
They weren't. I don't think they were ever going to get Buckner because
Too much money.
There's a lot of pride. Well, forget the money for a second. There's a lot of pride on the line. If you were to go back and get a guy that you let go, that means you're saying, "Hey, we messed up."
I don't disagree with that, but like that, you know what? That could be true, but at the end of the day, I'm fucking pride. Championship. You fuck about a pride. What you talking about? They could pride their ass right off this campaign. Now that I think about it, Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch be packing the bag.
Hey, wait. Speaking of campaigns, it is election day. We want to remind y'all, get y'all asses out there and vote. Y'all see it here on my chest.
What time the polls close? Like 8 p.m. or something?
It depends on where you live, but I think it is like 6 or 8, something like that, right? But here you go. Y'all see it right there on the chest. I took wifey to the voting polls. We did our thing. I'm never going to ask who anybody voted for, their thoughts on none of that, because that's not my business. Whatever y'all do is what y'all do. But don't complain if you're not going to go out there and try to make a change. And know your local shit, too. All right, so shout out to them, man. The 49ers, man. Wayne, I'm not going to lie to you, bro. We've been talking about if the Niners are going to make a move, who should it be for? And a lot of people said defensive line help. Are you surprised it wasn't edge? Are you surprised it wasn't an edge guy?
No, because I did a show, man. I think I did a show on Monday. The Wayne Breezy show. And on the show, I said I don't think we're going to get an edge because we're going to get an edge back that we signed in free agency to a 2-year deal off the IR at some point this season. So you got Yetur Gross-Matos sitting right there on the edge. And so, like, I think that's part of one of the rotative pieces that they're going to be able to utilize. He was having a pretty okay beginning of the season until he got the injury. And we don't really know what we got in him. So I didn't. Now, if his injury was more significant and he was going to be out for a longer time, then yes. But I felt like he could be called up next week. Like, window open, boom. Now you got a fresh, young edge rusher out there. Does that make sense? Like, I just didn't think it would be an edge. Like, did I want Azeez Ojulari? Absolutely. That's that young piece you want. But I was saying to myself, it doesn't sound like we're gonna get him because we can't afford that. Two ways. One, you're gonna have to give up high ass draft compensation, and then number two, you gave up high ass draft compensation. Now you got to offer him a contract. It's not like the Chase Young guy who was dealing with coming off of injuries and people willing to take a chance. We talk about a fresh, non-injured guy with 6 sacks on the season. They probably asked for a 2nd-round pick, if I'm not mistaken, for him.
It's very possible. Yeah. So I came on here completely prepared. This is what messed me up, yo. I came in here completely prepared to tell people to relax. The Niners didn't need to trade for anybody. The world is not falling apart. You know what I'm saying?
So hear me out. You can still say that because you just got a depth piece. So let's keep it a buck. The Niners technically really didn't trade for anybody. And they got hella draft picks till 2020-30, right? Like, literally. So this is a 7th-round pick, not even in the next year's draft.
Right. It's the 2026 draft.
Yeah. So technically they didn't really, you know what I'm saying? They got another piece to be in there, for depth. And I got his stats right here. We could look him up, man. He was drafted by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, if I'm not mistaken. At least that's when he first came into the league.
Yeah, he was pick 192, 198. I was just looking at it, and I don't have it up anymore.
I mean, far as career-wise, what are we looking at? Mike, you got his weight. That's all I care about. It's 315, run stuffer. That's what he's for. He's there. He's there to eat up some space because he's tired. They're tired of Fred Warner and these offensive linemen getting to him.
They tired of getting run on, bro. Like, tired of getting run on.
I'm explaining how, though. I'm giving you the process.
I'm sorry, yeah.
It's just like your linebackers can't come and fill the gaps, bro, if the offensive lineman is pushing your defensive tackles back into the linebackers, bro. Mm-hmm. If I see a fucking center on my linebacker, what the freak?
Linebacker. Yeah, exactly.
How's Fred supposed to beat that?
Right.
That's one hell of a shed, bro. Right. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, you got to get the weight. Which way you throwing him? You got to try to make sure you guessing to throw him into the running back. Fred can't see that. It's like a mountain and a tree. Last time I checked, the mountain was greater than the tree. It's just more space.
So they go out here to get this guy 6'1", 315, like Wayne said. He's going to be in here, a run-stuffing guy. I think he becomes a part of the rotation. I don't think he's just coming in here taking anybody's job. But now he's going to be paired up to his brother that he played with last year.
Oh, Malik Collins. Now I see where you're going with this. Okay, now we talking.
Huh?
Now we talking.
Okay, so now immediately, boom, you got 2 guys on the inside with some chemistry together, man. Wayne. Not only that, they know the system because it's part of what DeMeco Ryans took over there, man. This is this a free win. Like, the Niners got richer by investing next to nothing, right?
I mean, here's some more context to it too. I mean, I think personally, from a Texans point of view, the rest of the context is that they're getting Mario Edwards back from suspension next week.
Right, he's supposed to be coming back, yeah. And so they could get rid of some of that defensive line depth.
So they might have a surplus there, and as you can see, it's a 2026 7th-round pick. DeMeco could be just doing the Niners a solid, or he could just be doing the Niners a solid. Like at the end of the day, the question is, how will he perform here? And I'm just looking at him, looking at what he's done in the league. We got the L, and see, I'm glad we're doing this show, Mike. We forgot to talk about the injury to Kevin Givens and how significant that may be. Now, he hasn't been placed on the IR, but he did miss the last game. And we don't know how severe that injury is. And do they give him more time to kind of like recoup? And this sounds like if you trade it for a player, Mike, it sounds like Evan Anderson is going back down to the practice squad. So they might not like what they saw out of the undrafted free agent rookie. You know, it's the Niners are 4-4. They're not 8-0. They're not. You know what I'm saying? Like they got to win.
They're not 6-2.
They're not nothing but 4-4. Like they don't even have a winning record, bro. So I think we'll play players that we have no choice to play. But if we got a choice and we can get better at that position, I need my vets out there.
Well, last year with Davis and Collins spearheading that interior rush defense, they were ranked 6th in the league in total rush defense. So I'm talking about just rush defense. They allowed the 6th lowest amount of yards per game in 2023. The Niners were ranked 3rd at 89.7 yards a game. The Texans were 6th at 96.6. And so if you're going to take something, take from the strength of that Texans defense and bring it here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I agree. I agree. I think the Niners, being at the show, I think they're pretty relieved with who they have. I think they're starting to see development from players like Robert Bill Jr. out on the edge. We talked about edge because you said we wanted an edge, right? Will we get more from Leonard Floyd? I feel like he's finally starting to hit his stride of as in football and finding his way to get into the backfield to not just get the sacks, but like disrupt the pass and be that type of pass rusher, which is something that he really hasn't been. If you think about his career, the way he was used in Chicago, the way he was used in LA, the way he was used in Buffalo. We're using him like he an every down guy. I don't even think he played an every down position in his life. He was playing in a 3-4.
Yeah.
So he's not even he's not standing up. His hand is now in the dirt. So like we got to give some of these guys some type of time. And I think we gave him 9 weeks. Like he gave him 8 weeks like of football, right? Yeah. And so like it could be a point where we're gonna start to see some of these young guys really step up. Because we got guys coming back, man. I mean, I think that's the key for the Niners. I think they really believe. You know what? You said something to me the other day. The Niners, and I've been feeling this way. That's why you don't see me going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. The Niners, remember matter of fact, I told you this. The Niners know what's really going on. We don't really know what's going on. And when you look at the Christian McCaffrey injury, remember I said that the Niners knew about this injury. That's why they did that deal and gave him his guaranteed money. And they knew about it. And they did it so that he could take that break and just have time to recover. I think the Niners game plan, go ahead.
And
add to the end.
And that surgery that ain't going to be insured, that he's got to pay for overseas, that procedure that he went to get done, he got to pay for that somehow. Hey, Christian, take this deal. Go over there and get them legs right, bro. Go get them legs right here. We got you.
Now, did he get a surgery overseas or did he just get that second opinion?
I thought they had alternative treatment methods that aren't legal here in the United States.
Oh, see, I thought he went there to get a second opinion. I didn't dig deep into it. I heard second opinion. I left it alone. So you might be right. Like, but again, like the medical coverage of guaranteed money is different when it's not guaranteed. So look, I think the Niners did him a solid. Remember I said that. So I think the Niners did him a solid, and that's what they do for their players.
Right. Yeah.
Like they literally do solids for their players. That's why it's the best damn organization to want to be a part of. Now you got to come in and put in. Look what he did. Think about what Christian McCaffrey did the prior year. He put the team on his back, bro. Literally on his two ankles. I mean, his Achilles. Before they went pop. So, look, I think Christian McCaffrey, I'm not saying he wasn't injured. I'm just saying I think the Niners knew and they had a plan to get to this bye week before they really unleash what they want to reveal. It's like having a concept car. So the Niners gave us a concept team. Everybody was like, "Oh, what's wrong?" And now they're about to like unveil the aerodynamics, the cool color.
Now they're gonna show you what it does. So
Yes.
the concept is out the way.
Right. So y'all got
I mean-
a concept of what we are on film, but y'all have no idea. Let me live in my own world. That's just how I'm thinking.
All right, listen. I'm gonna click this comment because it matches your shirt. So the color says here, Sean, man. What's up, my man, Sean, man? Let's make some noise for Sean. Get better out there, my man, Sean. He says, what's up, guys? Not in pain. Thanks. The first meds did not work at all. That sucks. 1 week, knee at 90 degrees. Ahead of schedule. Thanks for prayers. FYI, Kyle lies. Kyle lies. Kyle lies. Kyle lies. Sean, I'm very happy for the report, man. I'm happy to hear that you're doing better. That is phenomenal.
I'm
And
happy too, Sean.
anytime you can be ahead of schedule, post-surgery, post-op, that is a great, great thing. So I'm very, very happy. And as far as Kyle lying, I think that's part of the job. Depends on what we're talking about, but I do think that's part of the job, right? I don't think Kyle's supposed to go to the podium and be like, yeah, we're going to get Christian McCaffrey back next week, and we're going to have him run exactly 17 times in the game. And we're going to go out there and we're going to try to trade for Khail Davis from the Texans. We're going to try to get him. And we are not going to trade for any wide receivers because we have complete faith in our rookie Ricky Pearsall and even Jacob Cowling. And despite what you guys think, I actually like Ronnie Bell. I don't think he's supposed to go to the podium and be that honest. I don't think he's supposed to go to that podium and be that forthcoming. Am I wrong?
I don't know what people. I think Kyle. I don't know.
All right. Let's talk about some more things that we don't know, bro. Listen to this.
No,
Kyle
because like
said,
it's a funny thing, right? I'm not gonna say that Kyle doesn't lie, but
he has to, though. Is all I'm
right,
saying.
that comes with the job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's yeah, it is what it is. But I'm just saying, like, it doesn't they don't bother me. I think because I've accepted for who he is. Like I like that's Kyle. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but what were you about to ask me? I'm sorry.
No, you good, bro. You good. Christian McCaffrey is reportedly back at practice. Yeah?
Yeah, window's
They
open.
open up his practice window. He is not off of IR yet, but the window is open. He
The
was
window's
seen with
open.
a helmet on
He has 20 more days. They have 20 more days. Excuse me.
to bring him back. They could bring him back today if they wanted to.
Oh yeah,
off
I'm
of
just saying
IR,
they have
but-
20 more days to for the window to stay open.
So my question to you is this.
Questions.
How soon do you want to see Christian McCaffrey
Oh,
back on the
motherfucking
field?
Sunday. What kind of question is that? Like, Mike, come on, man.
Okay.
Mike.
I'm sorry.
No. You didn't do nothing wrong.
Excuse me, bitch.
Yeah, man. First of all, who you calling it? UNITY. Whoa.
So we want to get him back as soon as possible.
I
What's the
want to
reality?
get him back. I don't know if you want to
thing
get him
is,
back.
We don't know how significant the injury is to even try to expect anything.
We never knew how significant the injury was, Mike. It went from the before it was Achilles, it was something else, right? Like it was
It was just a calf strain.
calf strain. How the you go from a calf strain to Achilles? Then it went to two Achilles.
Because the calf strain bone's connected to the Achilles bone.
I understand that if that's what they is. I thought they was cartilages. But my point is, at this point, muscles and cartilages. But at this point, Mike, my thing is, it went from a calf strain and it's not severe. You really want to have this conversation? It went from Kyle Shanahan. This is why Nigel said he be lying. It went from Kyle Shanahan saying it's just a calf strain. He's gonna be fine. Oh, it's just a calf strain, and he's dealing with some soreness in his Achilles. Oh, he has 2 Achilles strains. No, 1 Achilles strain.
Fam.
Oh, now both Achilles are strained, come to find out. Oh, he's been practicing and has no setbacks.
Yo, you want to know that Kyle's a liar? Here you go, Sean. I got one for you. We told Jordan Mason right before kickoff
You gonna be starting.
that he's going to be the starter.
We
He
didn't
didn't
tell
know
him that.
already.
We didn't tell him
he-
that.
I never
Like,
said that.
I
We never
never
told
said
him
that.
that.
Yeah.
Y'all want to know if Kyle's a liar? There you go. My man Christian McCaffrey ain't seen a football field in 3 months, and he talking about some. We didn't tell Mason he wasn't gonna.
I'm so dead, yo. I'm dead. I'm dead as a doorknob.
Oh man, I'm sorry, man. I miss being on here. What other players are supposedly returning? Now you talked about Yator Gross Matos.
Well,
he
hasn't
his name
been
was thrown out there, right?
Yeah, his window wasn't open. I'm just saying that we still have him on the reserves. Remember how the IR works? You know what I'm saying? But you get 6 guys you could bring. You got 6 bringbacks or comebacks. Like you could bring back 6 people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you could use 6 comeback slots is what I'm trying to say. You could put as many people on there as you need. You're going to be bringing back 6 people. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so I feel like the Niners are at 2, right? They brought back Ricky Pearsall and can't remember the other one off the top of my head. There's another one. There's another one. Somebody will move. Somebody will mention. There's another
Moody
one.
ain't been back yet.
Well, Moody's they're not on the
Moody
IR.
On IR.
Now Moody wasn't on. Neither was Jennings. So
Jennings
they don't
wasn't
count.
on IR.
They're still on the roster.
Was there a defensive tackle?
No.
Oh, Huff. They brought Huff back, but he back on there again. Huff started the season on IR. He came back.
No,
for like
it was Khail Davis. It was Khail Davis. It was Khail Davis.
Hufunga.
Huff was on the PUP. It's not the IR. Right?
Man. Say what?
I'm just saying they got 6 more spots. They get 2 additional spots if they make it to the playoffs. Like, that's a good thing. And so that's where the Javon Hargrave comes back. Like, possibly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he out for the season.
Okay.
Not the postseason.
Right. He's done for the rest of the regular season.
Yes. And he got injured significantly early. So, you know, that's why I mentioned Yator. But like I said, it's a game. Like, you got to make sure you know that they ready to return. You know what? I'm going to say this, Mike. You ain't going to like this, bro. Yes, you are, because I know you. You not going to like this, bro.
You got to pick us.
I'll be messing with my own self. I wouldn't be surprised if Huff is done.
I don't know how to show
Don't do it.
Okay. I
Don't.
agree. Why you say that?
The same reason why you agree.
Okay.
If I'm getting,
I am no good to the 49ers if I got 2 left hands.
Man, don't sugarcoat that shit. Let me tell you what it is. Malik Mustafa and Jair Brown are they're progressing and rapidly in this defense. And Huff is injured. And so, like, you can keep him on the IR and possibly give him enough time to recover and then bring him back in the playoffs, which you get an additional 2 players. No. Niner gang no. I'm not saying Mike might be saying that. I'm not saying Huff.
Niner gang, bang, bang. I see you, man. Yeah.
All right, so that you and Mike agree. I'm not saying Huff not it. He just not it right now.
Okay, that's true.
And it's a game, right? Like I said, it's a game of the bringbacks. How many people you can bring back off the IR? So you keep them there. You let your young guys go out there, man. Listen, they went through the bumps and bruises, especially Malik Mustafa. He went through the bumps and bruises. He can't possibly get any worse. He can only get better. So you just leave. You let him rock. You let him rock, and you supplement it. If you get an injury to the safety position, Mike, go out there and sign Gipp. He's a free agent. Bring Gipp back in here. Now you got your vet. Now you got a guy that knows the system. Now there's ways. There's reasons why Niners didn't make trades. They're looking for specific fits.
And I still think a lot of it has to do with who's coming back, guys. Pearsall.
We said him. We said Pearsall and Khail Davis. You throwing Huff in there or whatever, you know. Gibbs not suspended anymore.
I thought it was a 6-game suspension. Isn't that over?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
But he just got released.
Talk to me about some of the players the Niners are expected to get back soon.
All right, so they got Juwan Jennings returned back to practice, right? So you got Juwan Jennings back. Jake Moody's back at practice.
Actually, you know what? You run them down. I'm going to hit the applause.
I'm quicker than you. But you got it from now on. Jake Moody's back, right? John Feliciano's window has opened, so he hasn't been officially
brought back up this coming?
Let's see. Who else was kind of like slightly
They
injured?
said Dre Greenlaw was ahead of schedule. Now that doesn't mean that he's coming back anytime
That's a long
soon.
ass in applause, Mike.
I thought you were still naming play.
So Dre Greenlaw was working out and running with his helmet on, according to Trent Williams.
Yes.
And so that's a sign. Now they talked about Greenlaw possibly returning a week or two after the bye. So we could possibly see him.
Yo, if he comes back that
I think it's Buffalo, Mike.
this guy's a fucking machine.
I think
if he
he's
comes
Buffalo.
back that soon,
you give him that 1 month to get right. December is 4 games in December, right? You give him that 1 month to get right, get his body acclimated in that month, and that's the time you need him, Mike. It's Buffalo. Let me pull up the schedule because I don't want to make shit up.
No, because we got this
Mike,
week.
we got 3 games
week
this
is
month.
Buccaneers.
We could beat the Bucks. We could beat the Seahawks. And who's the other team we got? Bucks, Seahawks, and
Buffalo.
now Buffalo's December 1st, Mike. Stay with me, baby. And the Packers. All three of them
what's
teams.
that?
All
Oh,
them
yeah,
three.
yeah,
All three of them
Packers
teams
and
is beatable, bro. Nah, son. Packers don't look good. The Buffalo Bills. That's a whole nother conversation. You get Dre Greenlaw back that day, it's a problem. I mean,
I
that
would
week.
be okay. I want him back for the Packers, not for Buffalo. I want him to have a week under his belt by the time we play Buffalo. I don't want that to be his
I
first
don't
game
need him.
back.
I don't need him to have. He's a player that doesn't need a week.
Yo, I get. Okay.
You know that.
All
You
right.
know that's him.
I do. I just don't want him to overdo it.
It,
But
this,
fuck it, man.
it's
Let's go.
it's
Come
it's,
on,
it's
get it.
always overdo it for Dre Greenlaw.
He's
That
got
motherfucker, he
one
got
speed.
one drive.
Yes, that's it. You're right. You are absolutely
He got
right.
one drive, one speed,
Yeah.
one drive, bro.
Yeah, and I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it. By the way, like let's
Yeah.
go. Like big
Yeah.
play Dre. That's my guy right
I'm
there.
telling you, because now you're giving him. Here's the games, right? It'll be the Bills, the Bears, the Rams. All games you need to fucking win, right? Bills. Well, the Bills game don't really matter, but the
AFC,
Bears,
but for
the
record
Rams,
purposes, we
and the-
got to get that one though.
It's 5 games in December, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
You ready? Bills, Bears, Rams, lambs, tomatoes, potatoes, greens. You name it.
And then we got the Cardinals for the
You
weekend
got the
of my daughter.
wait. I didn't even get to the Dolphins and the Lions. Cardinals not till next year.
Yeah.
And we know
gotta
how
do
that
this.
game might. It's gonna be a weird, depending on Cardinals. They lead in the division.
I'm bringing it. We're gonna be there.
Yeah. Okay.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be
Okay.
lit. It's gonna be
So
lit.
that's why I'm saying like it is imparable. I open up the window next week. I got 3 weeks to activate him to the roster.
Right.
I think you
All right, so-
activate Feliciano. You activate what you call it. You know what the real question is? Who we deactivating? Who's gone? Evan Anderson is definitely losing his spot. That's an easy one. And I'm trying to think: is this where they start trickling down the wide receiver room? Could we see Chris Conley be demoted? Could we see Ronnie Bell get demoted? Like, where's their surplus of guys? The wide receivers is to me where they start.
You're saying where do they start moving on from people?
Well, they're gonna have to release a couple of players, Mike, if they're bringing.
Man, get rid of some of these damn kickers. Like, I understand what we want to do.
Well, you
with
can't get
Moody
rid
and
of
all that
Matthew
stuff.
Wright right now. You definitely can get rid of one of the kickers, so that's a spot right there. So those are your 2 spots. Kicker, if Moody is back, kicker is 1, and
Right.
then what's the other player? Evan Anderson. I think he gets demoted, unfortunately,
But he can bounce back and forth though. It's not like he's
unless he gets
cut.
signed. Unless he gets signed off the practice
Right.
squad. Yeah. So those are your 2 spots.
Right. All right, man. Listen, man. That's it. I don't have much else, man. This was.
But you know what it is? Like for me, I really like what the Niners are a team that when healthy is going to look a lot damn different than they look when they're just trying to figure stuff out. And we all know that the Niners are a tough team to beat when their guys are there. And if we do that midseason reflection, Mike, like you were missing like the key to the offense and the key to the defense. And you're still missing the key to the defense. Like, he's not there. I'm not taking anything away from the best player on defense or nothing. But we do know that the key starts with Dre Greenlaw, right? Like, that's the key. Like, that one puzzle piece you need to complete the puzzle, bro. And same thing with the offense, man. The offense really just doesn't, like, fully activate without Christian McCaffrey. And I'm going to tell you right now, I love everything Jordan Mason gave us. I don't know if Jordan Mason's even healthy. They haven't even talked about Jordan Mason being back at practice. Now, that's interesting, right? Did you get his name? Because I didn't see his name.
No, I did not.
So that got me. Now I'm concerned. Because if Jordan Mason still has the shoulder injury, you have no choice. It's Christian McCaffrey time.
Yo, can you imagine? Yo,
I can't.
I need Christian to chill out just a little bit longer.
You want to see?
I want to see. I'm not gonna lie to you. I want to see one more Garindo game. I want to see one more Garindo game. Here's why.
Okay.
Because if he shows me that he could do it again, Wayne, this three-headed monster is going to be sick, bro. Do you understand?
Yeah. I think
we could have a Jimmy Garoppolo game on purpose, like the Garoppolo Vikings game.
I know.
We could do that on purpose.
I get what you're saying, but I think what makes him work is the change of pace. So, like,
there was no change of pace last game.
There was. Okay, hear me out. They were running the ball up the middle with Jordan Mason, and his outside zone runs were explosive, but they all got called back. As far as the speed to the outside, they switched it. They let Garindo go up the middle. So that's a change of pace. You got your fastest back hitting the hole straight, opposed to your power back hitting the hole straight. So I watched Jordan Mason, all his outside zone runs were plus 10, all flags, 2 of them, maybe even 3. Isaac Garindo's runs, before he hit that last outside zone run, they were up the middle, and he was ghost. There was a nice little crack block. Believe it or not, your boy Colt McKivitz blocked the hell out of somebody, and he hit the cut and took off.
You know what? That's what we're gonna do. I'm coming in here to praise my offensive line soon. I'm sorry.
So
go ahead.
You can praise them tomorrow. Let's do it.
They deserve it.
They do.
Deserve it.
And as much as we want the offensive line to get better, which they will be, they got a new addition. Not a new addition, but they got a guy coming back.
Right.
John Feliciano, who to me is the grit of the offensive line. That's that's who I want Dominic Pooney to turn into.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, you getting me hype. You get me hype. That's what I'm talking about. Like, that's what I want to see. I want to see somebody who ain't afraid to go and post something on social media.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see somebody who say, "Hey, I can back this up."
Yeah.
Come see me in the trenches. The trenches, bro.
Yeah. I surprised he ain't say, "Come see me in the streets." Like, I just feel like he about that life. I'll leave it at that. Feliciano different. You know what I'm saying? He different. But no, I like it, man. Like, and the question is, where do you put him? You're not gonna put him as a starter, but you get your depth back, and you get good depth back. And so it's like Pooney's been holding it down. Where can he make you stronger? And he was taking center spot. He was taking center reps, man. I'm just saying.
Start the rotation again, bro.
Start the rotation.
The same rotation we questioned all year long that had the Niners with a top 5 offensive line ranking.
That's crazy, bro.
Start the rotation again.
A lot of people want to see him at center. Listen, I'm
not mad at that.
I'm not mad.
But Jake been playing.
Jake has to lose the job.
Right.
Jake has to lose the job. That's why it makes it tough, because the offensive line in pass pro has been great, believe it or not. Like,
well, it depends on if you're talking about stats. Like, they've only allowed 4 or 5 sacks all season, something.
Right.
Like
so the
like
sacks aren't there. The pressures are there, but when you got a quarterback that can elude some of the pressure, it is what it is. I mean, teams are going to pressure. Period.
Them pressures are crazy, though. I ain't gonna hold you.
The pressures are crazy because teams are blitzing, Mike. So how is 5 supposed to pick up 6?
Can I ask you this question?
Yes.
You Mr. PFF.
Because the math don't be mathing when you got 6 on 5.
So if 5 are trying to stop 6 and the 6th guy comes and no one gets him,
that's
who's credited
on
for that pressure. Who's
that's
credited for the pressure?
not the offensive line.
So then my point is they earned those pressures then.
Well, when Purdy is eluding the pocket, what do?
No, but
It's not like the pressures are coming straight up the middle or off the edge. I get what you're saying, but it's not like even on a 5-on. Let's say it's 4 defensive linemen or whatever. Whatever. You know what I'm trying to say? Because the center, no one's really over the center, so it's really 4-on-4.
which is why the center's rarely going to have a bad grade anyway. Because who's he ever responsible for?
Our center's bad grade. Our center.
Well, I'm just saying, no, but it's like it's hard for him to have anything credited to him because it's
Right.
2 guys playing on the outside of him. You know what I'm saying?
No. I got you. But my point. Your point was valid. Cousin Sid in the building. What's good, bro? Thank you for the super chat contribution. Just sending my appreciation. Thanks, fam. What I'm trying to say is, like, if it's 1-on-1 and then Purdy leaves the pocket, then those aren't on the offensive line either. And now you got to go back and say, well, how many times did Purdy leave the pocket? Now, if it's in the pocket, then be on the offensive line. If you get what I'm saying? Like, all right, so for instance, in the last game, one of those sacks wasn't on the offensive line. It was on Isaac Guerrero. He just missed. Right? He missed the block. So that's on him. You know what I'm saying? And that's his blitz. Yeah. That's his pickup. Like, he missed it. So I think the offensive line can be better. But I feel like Kyle and Chris Forrester has specific types and instructions for their offensive linemen. And if Purdy gets back to, and you got to also go back to the 49ers offense not having their key piece, and Brock been dialing that junk up, bro. Like, Brock been loading the ball down the field. Like, it's crazy. So on those plays, the offensive line be good. It be weird. All right, Brock, you need 5 seconds, 7 seconds to throw it. No problem. We got you. I feel like,
right.
So they can't pass pro. They can't pass block. It's when guys start stunting. You know what I'm saying? Like, and tricking.
I'll be honest with you. I think they get worse when Brock panics. I feel like it's more on Brock. This going to sound crazy as hell. I think they don't have a problem holding up in pass pro when they know it's a pass. It's when they don't know what the guy behind the line behind them is doing. They can't turn and watch him at the same time.
That's a good point.
And so I think when Brock starts to panic a little bit, it kind of messes with them. Is he scrambling? Is he staying there? Is he behind me? Do I let go? What do I have to do? And that's when it messes things up. I think
that's a good point.
I don't know. I could be wrong. Nigel Crane has another super chat here. Thank you, Nigel. He says here, thoughts on other trades today. 49er misses out. I don't think the Niners missed out on anybody. You can't miss out on somebody you're not shooting for.
Yeah,
you know how they say you miss every shot you don't take?
Yeah. I think
this is the opposite.
Right. The question is, we don't know as of right now who the 49ers might have been in on. We just know that there were reports where they were in on defensive tackles, and we don't know if there was anybody else high on the list. So Mike is right. Apparently they didn't want any of the other players, or it was too rich for their blood and they got out of the water. Like, you know what I'm saying? They got out of the race or whatever. So, you never know. I do feel like teams, and Mike, you can call me crazy for this, but when the Niners want a player, I swear to goodness, I think the teams super hike the stacks up, bro. Like, because I think that's what the fans be saying. Like, a 7th round pick? Nah, they wanted a 2nd and a 3rd and a 16th round pick from the Niners. Like, they be wanting it all from the Niners, and I think it just. You don't believe that? That's just my thought, my belief.
No, I'm with you. It's like, but it's damned if you do and damned if you don't, right? Like, the Niners are quiet. We go out here and we get a steal, in my opinion. This is a Super Bowl champion that we just picked up for a future 7th round pick, right? Like, this guy, on the scale of the value of points, that point scale for draft picks, this dude is the same equivalent of a recycled can of soda, right? Like, that's his value, and people are like, well, why did we get him? Why didn't we get somebody else? Flip it to when we got a running back, the league offensive MVP, and it didn't equate to 1 first-round pick. They complained that we gave up too much for him. So which way do y'all want it? We go out there and we give up a lot, not even a first-round equivalent, and y'all complaining about that when it happened. And then this time it's like, who is this guy? We didn't give up anything. We missed out on blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to say we missed out on anybody because the Niners have internal reinforcements coming back. We've invested a lot in this team and in this roster already. There's no need for us to go out there and still pound. We aren't one of these teams with a bunch of holes like the New York Giants. We aren't one of those teams. This is one of the most talented rosters in the NFL. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. No, by no stretch of the imagination is this a complete, perfect roster. I'm not saying that. I'm not insinuating that. I don't want anybody to think that at all. But what I'm saying is we're not one of those other teams. Y'all want to hear something crazy? Watch this. The 8-0 Kansas City Chiefs have more holes in their team than the Niners do right now. Yes. Yes. Yes, they do. Now, does that mean that the record's going to reflect the talent of the roster? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But they have more holes than the Niners do. Tell me two of their wide receivers you would want on this team other than from them.
Oh, I love Rashee Rice.
So you want Rashee Rice and DeAndre Hopkins over who?
Some of these young guys we got for sure.
I get. So you doing the starter for the depth thing? Because I'm looking at.
I mean, you could have got, and I get what people are saying. You can't be like, I get what Nigel is saying. Like, the Chiefs won the Super Bowl and they made moves, and you're saying they made moves because they had holes, which is right. The Niners have a hole at that position.
What position?
But now they're gonna try to let somebody develop. Like
what position?
At the wide receiver position. So like,
you think there's a hole in the 49ers wide receiver position?
As far as the talent, as far as what we've seen proven in the NFL, yes. You can't tell me you knew what the fuck Ricky Pearson was gonna be. So stop fucking.
I still don't know that.
Okay, so then that's a hole, bro. Like you knew exactly what Debo.
There's a difference between a hole and an injury.
Mike. So then their players got injuries. So how they holes then, Mike?
They lost play. They don't.
That's my point. No. We got an injury. That's what I'm saying.
Their holes are absences, not injuries.
Their holes are injuries, Mike.
Tyreek Hill is gone. That's not an injury. He's been
gone. We don't care about him. He's been gone. We're talking about Rashee Rice and the other receiver that they lost. And then they went and got Juju. He out with an injury. So they had to keep.
He was bad in the first place. That's still a hole.
I'm just saying, Mike, they filled in, they went and made moves to get better. Whether it was a hole, whether it was replenishing an injury, and I think with the Niners, they're like, yo, with the faithful, they like, Brandon Ayuk, regardless of how Brandon Ayuk looked this season, we all know who Brandon Ayuk is and what he can do, and then it's unknown, right? With the younger players, we know what Jawan Jennings can do. The question is Jawan Jennings going to be healthy? Healthy. That's the only thing I care about when it comes to Jawan Jennings. I don't question nothing about him at all. The last time he was this unhealthy was his rookie season, and that was due to COVID. So he comes in this season, he has a career game, and next thing, he was leading the league in receiving. Then he just ended up, what was a hip injury? Can't remember what the injury is off the top of my head.
Yeah, it was a hip. Yeah.
It was hip. So the Niners have depth there, just like the Chiefs had depth. The Chiefs had depth. They had McCole Harmon. They had Sky Moore. They have guys that they drafted. But they went and said, listen, we need to give our quarterback a vet, a depth, a key depth vet that he's comfortable. As far as, it's kind of like what we did in 2019. We didn't have no holes. We was fucking 6-0. But we went and we filled it in.
Because we had
Mike, we didn't have holes. All right, Mike. We had holes.
Wait. Who are our starting wide receivers?
It doesn't matter. We had starting wide receivers, and they were 6-0. It doesn't. That's my point.
Because you naming bodies versus holes, bro. Every team got 53 players. That don't mean they don't have holes.
Okay, Mike. You got it, bro. They got holes.
We had a hole, bro.
So the Niners have 0 holes.
I said the Niners.
So what the fuck are you saying then, Mike?
Than the Chiefs.
They got the same amount of holes.
All right. That's good. I see. All right. Fine. Yep.
Because you're not making sense. You saying that Tyreek Hill was a hole, but they traded that piece. They got rid of Tyreek Hill.
And I like the Worthy move in place of Hill. Get the speed for speed. I like that. I like that. But I'm not just talking about the wide receiver position. They lost people all over that secondary. They lost people in the linebacker core.
Who they lose on their secondary? They didn't sign L'Jarius Sneed. They made a choice.
Right, but that's the hole they have to fill now.
But they had to hold the fill. They secondary is still good. Like, what are we talking about? We ain't do shit against that secondary. It was good against us. I'm trying. Like, I get the whole concept, but to say that they had more holes doesn't really fit the bill. Because we got holes, we're just choosing not to fill them in because we got fillers. So yeah, they didn't choose
like with our offensive line, right?
Right.
Like
so they didn't choose.
That's a good example of it.
So yeah, they didn't choose to use their fillers, and they went and got better fillers. We're going to rock with the fillers that we got. We won't know if they're better or not until we see them. We don't know what Jacob Collins is going to do. Ricky Pearsall. We just don't know.
I know what Jacob Cowan going to do. He ain't going to never get on this field this season.
I disagree.
I know that Kyle is not putting that man out there.
It's because of this. But I disagree. Whatever. Yeah. All right.
It's I know. Listen, Sean says maybe we trade for Cam Newton, maybe Garbaggio. So this wasn't supposed to be an argument about like the whole thing with why we trading or why aren't we trading or anything like that, right? It's like
this was Nigel's comment. He had said other teams were making trades, right? And why are we not?
Hey, Niners, what are you doing? Wake up.
Because and I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Nigel, the other teams he's talking about are contenders. I think that's the difference. Like, right? Like you talk about the Lions. Now that's a hole. You want to talk about a hole? That's a hole. Like,
what?
Which I don't even think.
What's the hole? What'd you say? Who? The Lions?
Yeah. They went and got.
What the Lions have?
When they lost, they
pass rusher?
Yeah. They went and got an older guy. They went and got a guy that they hoped that could come in and fulfill that hole. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right.
Oh, okay. See? No, that's perfect. That's a great example of what we're talking about right there.
Okay.
Right? That's an injury, but Hutchinson is under contract for the long term.
I understand that.
Go out there and get a temporary guy.
That's what makes it different, for sure.
Right. So that's kind of where I was going, right? Like the long-term answer may or may not be in the building because you don't know who's going to elevate and rise up.
And that's what I was trying to say. Like the Niners.
And that was your point.
They got fillers, but we don't know what they gonna be. Like we don't know. But we could have went out. We got money, and we could have went out. But I think what it has to do is what you just said. It has to make sense financially too, right?
Yes.
Because I'm not giving
up
because
of how stacked our roster is.
Right.
We couldn't go out there and get. We couldn't go out and get a DeAndre Hopkins if we wanted to.
Nah, they could have got
I don't
DeAndre.
think people know. You know how much money DeAndre Hopkins making?
Yeah, they could have got DeAndre, but they could. I wouldn't have given. And there's reasons why I say that, but I wouldn't have traded for Azeez Ojulari. I'm not giving them up a second round pick for a rental. How much did we remember? His
and then you got to pay him after.
Yeah, that didn't make sense because I don't remember what we gave up for Chase Young off the top of my head, but I don't remember it being that high. Nah. No.
That's right. We traded like a future fifth for him, right?
Right. So now you talking. Like, you know what I'm saying? Fifth, no problem. You want a fifth? Cool. Give us a fifth. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not giving up third. I'm not giving up anything higher than a third round pick. I mean, anything higher than a fifth round pick.
Oh shit! It was a third round pick. It was in exchange. Yeah. It was a third round pick.
So they gave up a third for him, but that's a lot.
Makes sense.
It was a comp third. So those see. That's kind of dope.
Yes. Okay.
So that comp third ain't really theirs.
I remember saying it didn't count when we trade. Okay. It was
because it's not really their pick. Like, you know what I mean? So
it was a freebie. Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's different. You know, you could play. You know what that's called, Mike? House money. You could play with house money. You know what I'm saying? You could play with the house money. So it is what it is, man. Look, the Niners. You heard John Lynch say one thing. He said they weren't imminent in making. They weren't imminent on anyone during this trade deadline. But if they found a person that fit what they needed, they was gonna make the trade. They traded for defensive tackle Khail Davis from the Houston Texans. And they got some beef up there in the middle, man. Like you said it, Mike. They tired of getting ran on, bro. Like, real talk. Tired.
All right, man. This has been a fun episode. We got to go.
All right, man.
We'll wrap this up. We went almost double time because it's been a long time since we've seen y'all. Hopefully y'all enjoy. Wayne, I can't wait for tomorrow's show, man. We're going to have a lot of fun tomorrow, man. We have a lot of fun.
All right? We got to beat those Buccaneers, bro. Like that. That's a weird team, bro.
Beat the Bucs.
Aren't they a weird team?
Well, because they're up and down, and like you know who the Bucs are? Oh, this is gonna sound bad. I'm not gonna say it. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it. Should I say it? I'll say it.
Okay.
The Bucs are the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Really?
Hear me out. You just don't know which team is gonna show up. One day their defense could be top of the league in that same game, right? And then one day their offense could put up 35 points. Next week, their defense might be Swiss cheese, and the offense only put up 6 points. Like, I just don't understand what team you're gonna get. I can't see them down in and down out, game in and game out. They just show up however they want to show up. That game against the Eagles for the Jaguars, everyone said it's either gonna be a blowout or a one possession win.
Bro.
What did I do? Help me out here, Wayne. Please read this. I'm dropping a bomb on you.
Sean says, Mike always does this to me, y'all, because I'm black. No, Mike. Kyle, scrap the first part of the season. Try not to change scheme so CMC cheat code can come back. Seriously, be blessed.
Okay. So I feel like the whole first half of the season was not the normal offense we've been seeing from Kyle Shanahan. Am I the only one that sees it that way?
Yeah, because the piece wasn't there. That's my whole point.
So it wasn't.
No, it was the normal offense. It just wasn't executed the way we normally see it because you were missing the cheat code.
He said, trying not to change scheme. Wait.
So he didn't change the scheme. The players just couldn't execute the scheme. Remember in the Super Bowl?
See, this is where we see things different.
Well,
Okay,
you remember you remember in the Super Bowl when George Kittle got hurt? Did you watch the
I think he meant to say because he's not black, just so y'all know. I don't want nobody throwing no shade at Sean.
Nah. You remember in the Super Bowl when George Kittle got hurt and Kyle didn't know? Like, you know what I'm saying? So he kept the same play call on for who's the tight end backup then? Ross Dwelly, maybe? Charlie Warner. And it was just the shit of a play. Like, just it's not gonna work.
It was Willis. Wasn't that Willis?
I think it was Charlie Warner. Super Bowl? Willis ain't touched.
Either way,
Willis ain't touched the field. But my point was,
he was in on the goal line shit that Kittle was out on. Anyway, but it was a backup though, and Kyle didn't know it was the guy's point. I'm sorry.
And he didn't change the play. He didn't change the scheme. I don't think Kyle changes the scheme. I think he's just gonna live with if the players can execute it or not. It sucks.
Maybe I got to learn to watch film. I don't see this as the same 49ers offense that I've seen in the last 4 seasons. I don't see this at the same at all.
But every season has been different though, because you've had different players executing it. So every season has been a different form. The creativity is not there. You're not seeing crazy creative plays around the goal line. This year, you're seeing more plays being taken deep shot down the field, right? We're seeing a lot more explosive plays thrown down the field. When the hell we ever seen that?
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's like just the basics of it. We have been a yak team. Just
right.
Yak bros, short slants.
Yeah, but
this year, the Niners at the bottom of the league in yak, and we're at the top of the league in passing yards.
Yeah, but the schemes are still there, Mike, is what I'm saying. Like, the schemes ain't changing. Them underneath throws are there. He's just going down the field. Like, you get what I'm saying?
I do.
I mean, because it's like the coverage, right? If they're playing man, and I see my guy, man, my guy could beat that guy. I can make that throw. It's weird. And then in the zone, if you're moving the safety over to one side of the field and you got the middle open of the field, you're throwing it to the middle of the field. Like, I just feel like Brock is evolving the offense. And that's why it doesn't look different. But the schemes are
You
there
think Brock
underneath.
is doing it and not Kyle? You think the plays are the same and Brock is just going other places with the ball? That's what you're saying to me.
No, I'm thinking Brock's given the opportunity to do that. Like, you get what I mean? Like, it's not all about, hit the... Because what are we not getting from Brock this year? Efficiency, right? And we're saying to ourselves, Brock, just throw the ball underneath. Just
But
throw the ball
efficiency
to the
goes
check
down when you throw deep more. That's the lowest completed pass in the NFL is the deep shot.
What you're
period.
saying is 100% correct. But my point is the scheme is still there, bro. Kyle's still scheming motherfuckers to be open. Just do yourself a favor and watch. Join me one night when I do the film. We'll do the film of the Bucks game for the Patreon, right? And when I break down the film, you'll see the scheme and the players be wide open. Brock is just looking to get the... Brock wants to get the ball down the field. Like, Brock,
in the background.
Brock is literally like... I don't even know if down the field can't even be the first option, right? Because they ain't open yet. Right?
So he's waiting for the
play to develop.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
sorry. And that tells me that the scheme ain't the same as the normal.
But the scheme,
shit. That's all the play call looks the same. I hear you, but if the
scheme is the same, he's just changing his read. Brock is changing the read.
If Kyle used to call a guy to run deep to open stuff up for the underneath route, and the underneath route was the first target because the guy's taking somebody with him. If Kyle says, okay, now instead of the short guy being number one, the short crossing route being number one, now the deep guy's first read.
You got to give your quarterback the opportunity.
Isn't that a scheme change?
No,
it's not. It's not a play change. It's a scheme.
It's not a scheme change because you have to take you have to take what the defense is giving you. If they playing deep, you're not throwing it deep. If they pressing and they're playing close and your guys aren't open right away, you're looking for the deep play. So what
you're saying is the league is daring us to throw deep this year.
The schemes are the same. There's 4 options to 5 options in every one of his schemes. And Brock has to make the right play every single time. There's times Brock will throw the ball short and the guy wide open is there. But we can't say that the guy wide open was a scheme to get open because it's there. It just, Brock saw the quick throw, he was efficient, he made it. So the scheme is the same. But it all depends on Brock. Remember, we said that, Brock, you got to take what the defense giving you, dog. If they give you the underneath routes, if they're playing soft coverage, throw the ball underneath, let you guys get the yak. Remember I said that they're defending us different this year? They're not playing soft. The Niners, got the softest damn defense in the league, meaning they play off cover. No. Meaning they play off coverage and they give up the underneath because they have the speed to make those tackles. What happens, though? We miss the tackle. So it goes from 1 yard gain to 15 to 20 to 30-yard gain. Let's talk about this tomorrow. Let's do it. Scheme versus play.
Ooh. All right. From your lips to God's ears, y'all. That's it, man. We hope y'all enjoyed this one. Couple debates, couple players we talked about, couple trades for the Niners, man. Niners getting busy right before the trade deadline, man. Shout out to the Niners and their acquisition of defensive tackle Khail Davis for a future, not this upcoming, but a future 7th-round pick, man. Guys, it's going to do it for myself and my man Wayne. We're going to get up out of here. No team is safe when the Niners are on the prowl. I'm Mike. That's Wayne. And this is No Harm, No Foul. Peace.